This is Don at Airbrush Technique magazine. In this short little video we're going to cover taking the Harder Steenbeck side feed XL2000 airbrush apart, putting it back together correctly so it'll work for you after you clean it. First thing we want to do is take the color cup off. Just unscrews. You want to put all this stuff in a bowl or a plate or something so you don't lose all the parts as you take it apart. There's a little gasket on the color cup. Make sure that's in place when you put it back together. Next we'll take the back handle off. Pull the needle out. Pull the guide and the guide spring out. They come apart after you take the back off. All these you want to clean and lube real well. Pull the trigger out. Take the air cap off, which exposes the tip. When you put it back together, make sure the seal is on the tip with the fluid nozzle. Make sure the little gasket's on the air cap. Now to put it back together, after you've cleaned it real well, put your tip in the air cap. Screw the air cap back on, finger tight. Make sure you don't get it cross-threaded. Put your trigger back in. There's a slot in the trigger in the back and in the trigger itself at the bottom of the trigger. That slot needs to run the length of the airbrush so that the needle can go through it. The arch part goes towards the back of the airbrush. With the trigger installed properly, next we'll put our spring and spring guide back in. You'll notice this part only fits in here one way. Make sure you get it in there properly so it springs back out. Install it in the airbrush. Make sure you don't get it cross-threaded. Install our needle. Just draw the chucking nut. Tighten down on the needle. Install our back handle again. And finally the color cup. Again, making sure that that little rubber gasket's in place. And again, making sure you don't get it cross-threaded. That's how you take your XL2000 Harder Steenbeck apart and put it back together after you've cleaned it. Make sure your trigger responds back when you push it down. When you pull it back, you should be able to see the needle going in and out. I hope you found this little video helpful. This is Don from Airbrush Technique magazine, airbrushTechniqueMagazine.com and airbrushTechnique.com, our airbrush support forum. If you have any further questions, please stop by airbrushTechnique.com, register on the forum, and we'll try and help you. Thank you.